When it comes to gardening, I always use mulch, especially in my raised bed vegetable gardens. And a lot of people ask me what's my favorite type of mulch to use in the vegetable garden. While I don't stick to just one type, I do have my preferred options. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what those are and why I like to use them so much. Now, before we talk about which mulch I prefer, the main point is that you're using mulch, because any natural mulch is better than no mulch at all. That said, there are pros and cons to each option. Over all the years I've been gardening, I've decided that I like using straw a lot because you get a lot of coverage for your money, it's easy to spread, and it's really lightweight. And that's super important for me because I start a lot of seeds, and I don't want the weight of a heavy mulch on top of those seeds that are trying to break through the ground. They need all the help they can get. So you don't want mulch to be the problem. But the nice thing about straw, at the end of the season, you can leave it in place and let it improve the soil right where it is, or you can gather it all up and add it to your compost pile. There have been plenty of times I've used a bagged mulch product, like finely ground pine bark. It's often sold as a soil conditioner. But no matter what you call it, I like that it's very fine and light, so it's also good for tender plants and emerging seedlings. But I especially like using this type of mulch because it's easy to spread and quickly works to improve your soil as it breaks down. And if you're worried that pine bark might rob nitrogen from your soil, don't be. As a mulch just sitting on the soil surface, that's not an issue. From time to time, I'll use a bark mulch or a wood mulch, basically arborist wood chips for the most part. Now, those are the chips at the end of the day from the tree services that take down the trees, and that truck gets loaded up with all that mulch. Well, they have to put it somewhere, and if you ask them, a lot of times they'll deliver it to your property for free. Now, the reason why I don't use it as mulch in the vegetable garden is because it is heavy, and because I start a lot of seeds, that's not a good thing. That weight is going to inhibit the germination of those seeds. Plus, it's not my favorite look in the garden, and around here that needs to be a consideration as well. Now, the upside is the price is right. They are free, and if you're not starting a lot of seeds, then that's not an issue either. So the good thing is, as that mulch breaks down, if you don't mind the look, it's going to work to improve the soil, and that's always a good thing. But let's talk about my favorite mulch. It's shredded leaves. I love the fact that they're plentiful and free every fall, and I especially like how easy they are to work with, especially after you shred them with a mulching mower or string trimmer. The added plus is that I know that they're free from pesticides, and they're an incredible soil amendment as they break down to improve my garden beds. And while we're on the subject, I should tell you that any mulch going into my beds under my watch has to break down eventually to improve the soil. So it's always a natural mulch. And although rubber and stones and shells may be a mulch, they're not breaking down to improve the soil, and therefore they're not a mulch for me.